What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. So I just got done streaming for a couple of hours, playing through treasure map Basil Hawkins. Honestly, this treasure map seems okay. The only thing about it is it seems hella competitive. It seems like a lot of people were ending up pulling the Kinemon, the Kanjuro, the Raizo, and it looks like people are going in terms of the ranking side of this treasure map. If you're the type of player that just likes to go for the points and, you know, just the red tickets and then kind of stops, it's fine. This treasure map is not going to be that bad, especially because Kaido is around. Kaido just decimates this treasure map, as you guys will see in this video. But let's go ahead and get straight into it. So one of the really big brand new updates with this treasure map is not only is one of the cool things about it is the fact that they've upgraded the speed of the boat moving through the map, which is great. I love that. Quality of life update is fantastic. The log pose is updated. But in terms of actual items, right, they've added the brand new limit break keys. You can get a blue key for treasure map characters, and you can get a gold key for legend characters. So the thing about it is the gold keys, you can only get them from reaching top 8,000 on New World, and if you reach top 500 on New World, you get an additional key. So those are used for expanding the limit break of Sugofest exclusive characters. I will make a video separately discussing the limit break plus feature in terms of like which ones are the best characters to use it on. I will get to that in a future video. In terms of the treasure map units, that's really up to you. I already spent one of my treasure map keys. I did go ahead and use it on treasure map Whitebeard, actually. The main reason for that is because he gets like a bunch of cooldowns, so I think it's worth it in my personal opinion, but it is really up to you at the end of the day. So anyways, we're going to be going ahead and taking on the first boss here in a second. Kaido is making his way through here. Also, I love the OST for this treasure map, but the whole Wano theme is just so good. So we're going to encounter Speed before Kaido. We will, actually. Okay, that doesn't happen too often, but we're going to encounter Speed first. So if you guys saw my own treasure map team video that I made a couple of days ago, you guys would know the team that I'm using here. Now, this might be a little bit different from the team that I used in that video. I did end up choosing to use Jinbei as the captain compared to Coliseum Hody Jones, just because Jinbei makes it a little bit easier in terms of making your way through the map. So that's the only really reason why. You can definitely use Stampede Luffy as a replacement, because Stampede Luffy obviously has the same sort of captain ability, boosting the same typings. You know, you could definitely do that if you were trying to, you know, switch up this team. But anyways, we'll talk about Speed once we get to her final stage. So now we get to move on to stage 7 against Speed. Now, you guys didn't see that right there, but on stage 6, there's actually a little character that will give you a full board of Dex Orbs, and then he runs away. It's very strange. I don't really understand the whole reasoning behind it, but it makes this fight a whole lot easier, because Speed being a quick unit, you want to be bringing Dex units here. Now, the only one important character that you need to bring to this fight that makes it so easy is this Wano Zoro, because his special ability will go ahead and reduce the enemy defense to 0 for 1 turn, as well as resisting all of that paralysis that gets inflicted to your team. Now, once you do that, all you need is just specials to buff your damage, and that is it. Now, because we are on relatively early nav levels, we're going to go ahead and just attack. Plus, this is the mid-map boss as well, so very straightforward. All you need is that Zoro, and your life is a whole lot easier in this treasure map. So yeah, as I said, that doesn't really happen too often, where you encounter one of the mid-map bosses before the actual intrusion battle, but it is what it is. Sometimes that happens. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the next boss, which is going to be Kaido. We're going to encounter Kaido right now. Now, Kaido, I think, is going to be very tricky for many players, because the most ideal captain for this fight is actually the treasure map rare recruit Kinemon. He's really good for this fight because not only does he have just a special ability that can just remove everything that Kaido does, but he's also a type booster with his special, and he's a strength unit. So just everything about him is perfect, right? So we're going to be using him as a friend captain with a Kaido captain on my end. Now, the characters that we have here, we've got the Raizo, the treasure map rare recruit Raizo. He's a really good point booster. Jack, Hold'em, and the Zoro are all 1.35 point boosters, so this is the highest point boosting team I can personally make for this treasure map. In terms of like the useful characters for this fight, you need a character that can remove damage threshold from the enemy side of the field. That's going to be very important. And also paralysis. Paralysis will also appear once again in this battle, just like paralysis appeared against Speed. So this guy right here, obviously he's just the stock standard unit on stage 1 that will go ahead and reduce your cooldowns, but on stage 2 you have to fight the Kaido in his regular form. Now, Kaido in this form, he will just go ahead, and I think he increases the chances of badly matching slots appearing. Something like that. Yeah, that's what he does. Now, this is where we're going to go ahead and use the Raizo. Now, personally, it doesn't really matter, but we're going to go ahead and use him here because he changes type slots into matching. I believe there was a typo with his special ability that stated he changes all orbs on shooters and powerhouse into matching, which is incorrect. As you can see there, the recovery slot on Kinemon did not get changed, which is quite unfortunate because he's the only unit on this team that actually gets type advantage against Kaido. But as I said, it's very early nav levels right now, so that really does not matter. If it does get really bad, I can definitely use the Zunisha ship. That's not a problem, but it is what it is. You can just use Zunisha ship if you have it. So now we're on the final stage against stage 3 Kaido. This guy, he turns into the dragon form, but as I said, he will apply paralysis, and there is damage threshold that you have to take into consideration as well. So the way to get through damage threshold, I could use this Hold'em right here, but we also have this Kinemon, which we'll go ahead and use him. So the treasure map rare recruit Kinemon, he removes the threshold, he removes Rainbow Shield as well, so he's actually really good against the final boss Basil Hawkins as well. But he also has a type boosting effect, which helps out your powerhouse characters. Then we can use the Zora to remove the paralysis, and at this point, we can just attack. We also have Jack for an orb boost that he also health cuts as well. And this is going to be more than enough damage for a pretty long time. We can actually apply a chain lock with the Hold'em special as well, but this is fine. Like, this is fine. We actually don't even need to attack at this point. Like, the end of turn damage from Kaido is more than enough to just break through. You guys will see when we go through Basil Hawkins how easy Kaido just destroys that boss fight. Obviously, with type advantage, it makes a big difference. But now that we've gone ahead and beaten Kaido, we'll go ahead and make our way through the rest of the map, and I'll see you guys at the Battle Rush. Alright, so now we've finally arrived at the Battle Rush. Dude, I got really unlucky. We got heaps of ones during that playthrough right there, so that was not good. The second boss is Hold'em. Now, Hold'em is so easy, man. He is so easy. The only thing that you need against Hold'em is Blackbeard. Treasure map Blackbeard that appeared from the previous treasure map. He is literally all you need to get through this map. The only unit that you need. You can just fill the rest of the crew up with whatever you want, as long as it is an int character that is boosted by Blackbeard. So I'll see you guys at stage 7. So now we've reached stage 7 against Hold'em. So the thing about him is that he'll go ahead and rewind your left column specials, but this is where the captain abilities of Blackbeard come through, because he has the ability to resist special rewind on your int characters. So that works out very well. So at this point, there's no debuffs or anything you have to get around. You just have to deal the damage to kill him. So we can just activate the Blackbeard special, 2x attack and orb boost to our int characters, and that is it. You know, the rest of the characters on this team, you can replace them with whatever you want. We have the Marco in that team, who is a 1.35 point booster, which helps out a little bit in terms of, you know, getting more points. But other than that, very straightforward. So after the Hold'em fight, our next one is against Apoo. So Apoo can be kind of tricky. He has a lot of different gimmicks that you have to get around, but of course, there are plenty of characters that are boosted, especially free-to-play units that are boosted, that can get around the gimmicks on the Apoo fight. So the team that I am suggesting here, or the one that I am using personally, is 6+ Nami as the captain, because she's a really good captain for Dex teams specifically. And the two important units here is, number one, the Ivankov in the bottom corner, very good, because he or she has the ability to remove the Rainbow Shield by 3 turns, and is a 1.75 cerebral attack booster. And then we also have, you can either choose between Raid Croc or Raid Cracker. Both of them fulfill the same role on this team. But the thing is that you get your chain locked. So you need a unit to remove the really low chain lock that gets inflicted. So Raid Croc or Raid Cracker can both do that. We've got Jack here just for some extra points and such. But Crack is kind of nice because he can actually go ahead and give you some more matching slots if you don't have any good ones. But other than that, I'll catch you guys on stage 7. Okay, so stage 7 boss fight against Apoo. So as I said, the main thing you have to take into consideration here is the Rainbow Shield that Apoo will apply to himself, and you get inflicted with chain locks. As I said, the character to remove the Rainbow Shield is going to be this Ivankov. This Ivankov, honestly, is one of the best Fortnite units in the entire game, dude. We really shouldn't be calling them Fortnite units anymore, considering how long those units are actually available for, but I digress. And then we can use Cracker or Crocodile, you know, take your pick. You can use whichever one you want to get some beneficial slots there. And then, you know, we could go ahead and use the Nami special. This is complete overkill, by the way. And then it's over. Like, that's so much damage. Like, this is very easy, especially because we have the ship that gives us max special at the start of the fight. Means that characters like Raid Cracker, who have a normally higher cooldown, you can use them whenever you want, which is a really big benefit to that ship being active. Not every team will need it, but it's nice that it is an option. So the final of the Battle Rush bosses is against Jack. Now, I personally believe that Jack is the most difficult of all of these Battle Rush bosses just because he has a barrier, he applies Despair, he's just annoying to deal with. Now, the team that I'm using in order to get around the gimmicks of Jack is going to be a Quickbeard team. Cool thing to note is that Quickbeard is actually, you can use his evolved and unevolved version, just like with Bullet. You can use his 6+ and his regular form in this treasure map. So if you have them, it's fine that you can use both of them. But anyways, this is the team I'm using here. The important unit here is Hold'em. Hold'em removes 3 turns of barriers, so he removes all the turns of the barrier of Jack. Then we also have Whitebeard to remove Despair. So those are the 2 key utility units here. But you can definitely use other characters. You can use like the support ability of Opera. Shout out to my stream for suggesting that as well. The support ability of Colosseum Opera can help you remove Despair depending on what team you're using. So, you know, that is an option if you want to run something like that. But let's go ahead and get into it, and I'll see you guys at Stage 7. Alright, so Stage 7 is right here. Now, with Jack, of course, we just went through what he does. Barrier and Despair, those are the 2 things you have to worry about here. Now, luckily with a team like this, we can go ahead and use Hold'em to remove the barrier first off. That's the first thing you want to try and do. Remove that barrier. But what we can do now is we can use Colosseum Oven Special. Now, normally, aside his damage that he'll do with his special ability alone, he's going to be really good because he gives you an orb boost, he shuffles your orbs into matching, he's actually a really good unit for this team. But, as I said, he does damage with his special depending on how many type orbs he consumes with the special. So with this alone, this is actually enough to just kill Jack on these earlier nav levels. But normally, you would have the orb boost there, you can use the Whitebeard special to remove the Despair, you get a type boost as well. And with that, that's going to be more than enough damage to kill for a pretty long time. I'm pretty sure this team will not need to be changed throughout the entire duration of this treasure map. So that team works very effectively. Very, very impressed with that one. So now we get to the final boss, which is against Hawkins, of course. Hawkins is an absolute cakewalk so long as Kaido is set as your friend captain, or he's both of your captains. It doesn't really matter. But the team that I am using is Kaido as my own captain. And because I don't own Kinemon myself, I will be using Kinemon as a friend captain. And here we go. So, again, very similar point boost. It's 14.2, 14.2. Yep, so the same thing here. So, we are using this Wano Law on the team. Now, Wano Law is not boosted on the Kaido team, but we're only using him just to remove the Rainbow Shield on the enemy Hawkins. Another thing that you have to note is that on the final boss fight, he will give you attack down. However, with the way that Kaido kind of works, you kind of don't need it. You kind of don't need to worry about the attack down at all. As long as you have some sort of unit to remove the Rainbow Shield that Hawkins inflicts to himself, that's all you really need. So as long as you're having Kaido is set as your friend captain at least, you're going to have a very, very easy time against Hawkins. Hawkins is so easy. And I believe Game Freak was talking to me through Discord. He was saying that apparently with only one Kaido set as your captain, whether it be your friend or your own one, apparently it will like auto kill him no matter what until like nav level 45 or something like that. So in the 40s or something. So yeah, as long as Kaido is your friend captain, you're not going to have any problems here. And I'm sure because of how good Kaido is this treasure map, I doubt it's going to be a problem to try and find Kaido friend captains. So good luck out there. Hopefully you can find some Kaido friend captains. It's going to help you out a lot. Stage 6, we encounter the mini boss Hawkins. Once again, he's also the same typing as final boss, so it makes it very, very easy. He changes your orbs into badly matching, and he has an immunity buff. Now, again, very, very easily, we can just go ahead and just stall, wait one turn, that's it. I'm going to use the special ability of Raizo there, but we're just going to just take one turn off, let Kaido steamroll this entire stage, fine. And then we're going to move on to Stage 7. So as we said, Stage 7, Rainbow Shield and Attack Down are the 2 main debuffs you want to have a look at here. So with Kaido as your captain, you just want to make sure to get rid of the Rainbow Shield. But if you do worry about it, you can bring an attack down remover. I don't know if there's any boosted 1.35 attack down removers. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I'm sure there definitely are some. Probably the Kanjuro, the treasure map rare recruit Kanjuro. So we're gonna go ahead and use. We can actually go ahead and use Law to remove it. We can use the Kinemon once again. Let's go ahead and use Law anyway. So yeah, we can use the Law here to remove that Rainbow Shield, which is cool. And that's it. And that is it. Very straightforward. So Kaido being an absolute beast. So it fits very, very well. But that's it. That's the full run through of the treasure map using the teams that I've been using. I use these same teams on stream today. Nothing wrong with them whatsoever. So that's gonna pretty much conclude this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video today. Hopefully you guys learned something, and hopefully you guys understand and are able to build your own teams to take on this treasure map. As I said, New World League top 8,000 will get a gold key for Limit Break expansion for a Sugo Fest exclusive character. So if you are looking into that, make sure to stay in that top 8k. Basically, as long as you're not relegated from New World down to a lower league, you're gonna get a key, which is pretty good. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.